What if one of the most powerful financial companies in the world had secret data on exactly how Americans save, invest, and retire? And what they found inside 5 million real accounts completely contradicted everything you have ever been told about building retirement wealth? They have that data. They studied it. And tonight we are breaking down every single finding that the financial industry hopes you never see. Picture this. You are sitting inside Vanguard headquarters. Around you are analysts staring at screens filled with the most detailed retirement data ever assembled in American financial history. 5 million accounts. Real people, real balances, real decisions, real outcomes. Every contribution made, every withdrawal taken, every market crash survived or panicked through, every employer match collected or left on the table. This is not a simulation. This is not a projection. This is the actual financial behavior of 5 million working Americans laid completely bare in one extraordinary dataset. Vanguard publishes this research every year under the title, How America Saves. It is one of the most revealing documents in the entire financial services industry. And yet almost nobody outside of professional financial circles ever reads it, discusses it, or understands what it truly means for their own retirement future. Your financial advisor has almost certainly read it. The question is why they never sat down with you and walked through what it means for your specific situation. The answer becomes clear when you start reading the data yourself. Because what Vanguard found inside those 5 million accounts directly challenges the complexity, the fees, and the active management strategies that generate billions of dollars in revenue for the financial services industry every single year. The data does not say you need a sophisticated investment strategy. It does not say you need expensive, actively managed funds. It does not say you need to watch the market daily or react to economic headlines. What it says is far simpler and far more powerful. But before we get to the solutions, the data reveals we need to confront the problem it exposes, because buried inside those 5 million accounts is a retirement crisis that is unfolding in slow motion across every age group, every income level, and every corner of America. Most people have no idea it is happening. Most people have no idea they are already inside it. This study is your wake-up call, and we are just getting started. Because in the next chapter, the actual numbers come out. And when you see the real average 401k balance for someone your age, everything changes. I want you to think about the number in your 401k right now. Hold it in your mind, because in the next few minutes I am going to show you the real average retirement balance for every age group in America, pulled directly from Vanguard's study of 5 million accounts. And for most people watching this video, the number they see is going to hit them like a bucket of cold water. Are you ready for the truth? Let us stop dancing around the numbers and look directly at what Vanguard found, because this is where the study becomes deeply personal for every working American, regardless of age, income, or how carefully they think they have been planning for retirement. The data does not lie, and the story it tells is uncomfortable, urgent, and critically important. For Americans in their 30s, the median 401k balance, meaning the middle point where half of people have more and half have less, sits at approximately $21,000, not $200,000, not even $50,000. $21,000 for a decade of working and saving. The average is higher because wealthy outliers pull the number up, but the median tells the true story of where a typical 30-something American actually stands. Move into the 40s and the median balance climbs to approximately $45,000. A decade of additional contributions and market growth, and the typical American saver has added roughly $24,000 to their retirement account. That works out to less than $250 per month in real net growth over 10 years. The numbers begin to reveal a system that is failing ordinary Americans in ways that are hidden in plain sight. In the 50s, the decade that should be the most powerful wealth-building period of a working career when income is typically at its peak, and children are often financially independent. The median 401k balance sits at approximately $87,000. This is the critical pre-retirement decade, and the typical American is sitting on less than $90,000, with retirement potentially less than 15 years away. And for Americans in their 60s, the median balance barely moves. Approximately $89,000. A lifetime of work, decades of contributions, and the median American is approaching retirement with less than $90,000 saved. The gap between what people have and what they need is not a small rounding error. It is a financial canyon, and understanding how it formed is the only way to make sure you do not fall into it. But here is where the study gets truly fascinating. Because Vanguard also found the people who beat these numbers significantly, and what they did differently will genuinely surprise you. Hidden inside 5 million retirement accounts, Vanguard found a small group of savers who dramatically outperformed everyone else. Not because they earned more money, not because they were smarter investors, not because they had access to some exclusive financial strategy the rest of us do not know about. They outperformed because of 4 specific behaviors that Vanguard's data identified with remarkable consistency, and every single one of those behaviors is available to you starting today. This is the chapter that changes everything, because up until now we have been looking at the problem, the alarming gap between what Americans have saved and what they actually need for a secure retirement. But Vanguard's data does not just expose the problem. It identifies the solution, and the solution is written in the account histories of the savers who beat the system, defied the averages, and built genuine retirement security on ordinary American incomes. The first behavior that appears consistently across the highest performing accounts is automation. Specifically, automatic enrollment combined with automatic contribution escalation. Vanguard's data shows with unmistakable clarity that savers who automated both the act of saving and the annual increase of their savings rate accumulated dramatically more wealth over time than those who managed contributions manually. The reason is not complicated. Automation eliminates the single greatest enemy of long-term financial discipline, the human decision-making process. When you have to actively decide to save every month, there are 1,000 reasons to save less. When the system saves for you automatically, there are 0 reasons not to. Accounts with automatic escalation set to increase contributions by just 1% per year showed retirement balances that were significantly higher over 20-year periods. 1% per year. Automatic. Life-changing results. The second behavior is staying invested through market volatility without exception. Vanguard's data is brutally clear on this point. The investors who paused contributions, moved to cash, or reduced their investment percentage during market downturns, even temporarily, consistently underperformed investors who did absolutely nothing. The accounts that sailed calmly through the 2008 financial crisis, the 2020 pandemic collapse, and every correction in between without touching a single setting grew into something extraordinary. The accounts that reacted did not. The third behavior is broad low-cost index fund investing. No stock picking, no market timing, no expensive active management, just broad diversification in low-cost funds that track the overall market over long, uninterrupted periods of time. The fourth behavior is never touching the money early. Every premature withdrawal is not just a loss of current value. It is a destruction of decades of compound growth that can never be fully replaced. 4 behaviors, completely available to you, starting right now. But there is one specific 401k feature that Vanguard found inside the most successful accounts that most Americans have never activated, and it might be sitting right inside your account completely untouched. Right now, at this very moment, there is a setting inside your 401k account that has the mathematical power to add hundreds of thousands of dollars to your retirement balance over the course of your career. Vanguard found it activated in the accounts of their most successful savers. They found it completely untouched in the accounts of their least successful savers. Most people do not even know it exists. Do you have it turned on? Let us talk about the most underutilized tool in the entire American retirement system. Not a secret investment strategy, not an exclusive financial product only available to the wealthy. A simple account setting that the majority of 401k participants have never activated, and whose absence is quietly costing them a fortune in retirement wealth they will never get back. The first part of this hidden feature is the employer match. And what Vanguard found about how Americans interact with their employer match is genuinely staggering. A meaningful percentage of American workers are contributing to their 401k at a rate that does not capture their full employer match. They are working full-time, paying into their retirement account every single paycheck, and voluntarily leaving free money behind because they never took the time to understand how the match formula works at their company. The employer match is the single greatest guaranteed return available to any investor anywhere in the financial world. If your employer matches 50 cents on every dollar, you contribute up to 6% of your salary. That is an immediate 50% guaranteed return on your money before the market does a single thing. Vanguard's data shows that accounts receiving the full employer match every year consistently accumulated dramatically more wealth than accounts that did not. For a reason that requires zero financial sophistication to understand, they were getting more money invested every single month. But the truly extraordinary finding involves automatic contribution escalation. Vanguard compared accounts with static contribution rates, people who set their contribution percentage once and never changed it, against accounts with automatic escalation activated at 1 to 2% per year. The results were stunning. Participants with identical salaries, identical employers, and identical investment options who activated auto-escalation ended their careers with retirement balances that were on average 50 to 60% higher than those who kept their contribution rate static. 50 to 60% more retirement wealth from one simple setting. The target date fund finding was equally revealing. Most people who took manual control of their 401k investment selections made choices that underperformed the simple automated target date fund they originally bypassed. Complexity hurt them. Simplicity served them. Log into your account today. Find these settings, turn them on. And now, after everything this study revealed, 5 million accounts, shocking balances, winning behaviors, hidden features, Vanguard arrived at one final conclusion that changes how you should think about retirement forever. After analyzing 5 million retirement accounts across every age, every income level, and every market condition, Vanguard reached a conclusion so simple and so powerful that it reframes everything most Americans believe about building retirement wealth. This is not a theory. This is not an opinion. This is what the data from 5 million real people unambiguously reveals. And once you hear it, you cannot unhear it. We have spent this entire video inside the numbers. We have looked at the alarming median balances that reveal a retirement crisis hiding in plain sight across America. We have studied the 4 behaviors that consistently separate retirement winners from retirement strugglers. We have uncovered the hidden account features that have the power to dramatically transform long-term retirement outcomes for ordinary Americans at almost any income level. Now it is time to pull all of that together into the single most important truth that Vanguard's 5 million account study reveals. Here it is. Retirement success in America is not primarily determined by investment genius, market timing, financial sophistication, or even income. It is determined by behavioral consistency maintained automatically over long, uninterrupted periods of time. That is it. That is the secret hiding inside 5 million retirement accounts. The Americans who built genuine retirement security did not outthink the market. They outbehaved everyone around them. They automated the right actions, removed emotion from the equation, captured every dollar of free money their employer offered, and then had the discipline to leave everything alone while time and compound growth did the heavy lifting. The most important and most sobering implication of this data is what it reveals about the nature of the retirement gap in America. The gap between the median retiree sitting on $89,000 and the successful retiree sitting on $800,000 or more is not primarily an income gap. It is a behavior gap. There are Americans earning $45,000 per year who will retire with more financial dignity and security than Americans earning $130,000 per year because of how consistently, automatically, and patiently they saved over 30 years. Income provides the raw material. Behavior determines everything that gets built from it. What does this mean for you starting today? It means the path forward is clear regardless of your current balance, your current age, or how behind you feel right now. Go into your 401k account today, confirm you are capturing your full employer match, activate automatic contribution escalation, select a low-cost, broadly diversified investment option, set it, automate it, and then practice the discipline of leaving it completely alone through every market storm, every economic headline, and every moment of financial fear that the next 20 years will inevitably bring your way. Vanguard studied 5 million accounts, so you would not have to guess. The data is clear, the behaviors are defined, the tools are available. The only decision left is yours. If this video changed how you think about your retirement, hit that like button right now. Subscribe to this channel because every single week we bring you the kind of data-driven retirement education that most financial advisors keep to themselves. And share this video with someone you care about who is still guessing about their financial future, because they deserve to see this data just as much as you did.